Alright, good evening.
Good evening.
So, I had a couple of questions for you. Since you have a lot of experience playing healing characters, but first up, I was curious, how long have you been in the guild for?
About 8 months, roughly.
Oh, nice. Good stretch. And what attracted you to the guild?
Well, when I first joined, I had just gotten into PvP, and you guys were pretty fun in the warzones, and were one of the few decent players around, so I thought I would apply. Plus, I had known someone that was in here. I knew LT from a different guild.
Oh, cool. Alright, excellent. So, I had a couple of questions for you since you're very comfortable in playing a healing character. And the first question I had for you is, in a perfect world, if you queued for a war zone, what's your ideal composition for your team? That would not be a tricky question.
Well, mainly just people who really know their classes. As far as what those classes are, I guess it'd be more or less the same as PvE. Like, depending if it's a 4, it'd be a tank, a healer, and 2 DPS. If it were 8, 2 tanks, 2 healers, 2 DPS.
Okay, that makes sense.
Well, 4 DPS, sorry.
Right, yeah. It's an 8-man group. So, what's one thing that you, or a couple things, however many you think of, what do you wish more pugs knew about supporting the healers on their team?
Pulling. You gotta get the people attacking the healer off of them.
Yeah, that's very important. Are there any things you can think of, like if someone's playing like a DPS, some stuff that they can look out for if they were going to try to give their healer some support? Like when I'm playing my commander, one of the things I try to do is, if I notice a stealth or pop up behind the healer, the first thing I try to do is just run up and hit my knockback, if it's not on cooldown.
Yeah, that always helps. But another thing you can do is put the healer, or at least one of them, on focus target. And if you notice their health start to drop, find out where they're at and see if there's anything you can do to help.
Actually, that's a really good idea. What I'll probably do is in the description I'll put in a couple of command notes for how to get to the focus target, how to set that, because I'm not sure how common that practice is amongst people for setting a focus target.
Yeah, and you can also tab target to see who's targeting the healer you've got focus targeted.
Oh, that's another good idea. Alright, cool. That's a nice tip. So, if there's an inexperienced tank on your team, what's something that you wish more tanks knew?
Guard swapping.
Yeah, that's a really important skill to have down.
Yeah.
I think the first time I ever queued on a tank, I set my guard to a healer and then just left it on that one person, but I should have been swapping it.
Yeah, in some cases it's actually good to leave it on the healer, because I've been a tank and I have guard swapped when the healer was okay, but then the healer's health just started tanking really fast, so I had to quickly swap back.
Gotcha. And when you're playing in a tank, because you play Havoc as a tank, right?
Yes.
Alright, so when you're on your tank character, you have a hotkey set for your guard?
Yes, I do.
Nice, that's smart. Yeah, it'd be hard to swap your guard without that. I find that, like, on the rare occasions I have to click something, like if my UI gets messed up, I'm so used to relying on hotkeys that finding the button and clicking on it is, like, really tricky to do in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, but there is also some cases where you're, like, totally unexpected anything, and you'll fumble around still, even with hotkeys.
Yeah, that's happened too. So, if you're in the zone and there is another healer, what's something that you wish other healers were more aware of in war zones?
Cross healing?
Yeah, that's a good point. Because I remember... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, because I've seen some new into PvP. they're used to doing PvE things, and sometimes some healers will only take care of their column in the ops frame. And that's what they tend to do in PvP.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
But once you get used to PvP, they usually will cross-heal.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point, because I think I did a Warzone recently. I think I posted it on the guild page on Civil War. We were teamed up with the Core. There was a healer. I just kept like throwing everything I had at him, but his health wouldn't really go below 50%, and I didn't notice it, but there was a second healer backing him up. So yeah, cross-healing is really helpful.
Yeah, even if it's you're a DPS like a Commando or Scoundrel, you can throw a hot, and that would help greatly. It'd also help if you threw the hots on the DPS and the tank.
Nice, yeah, that's a really good tip. Alright, so, if I remember right, you said you've been with the guild about 8 months or so, is that about right?
Yeah, around that.
Cool. So what's some of the things that you like about the guild that kept you interested in playing with the group for that long?
Oh, goodness. Let's see. The only thing I could really think of is family. It feels like about as much as a family that an online community could be, but they're family. Fun to be around, know their stuff. And yeah. And if you have like some business in real life, they don't get mad at you for ruining a war zone or whatnot.
No, that's cool. That's one of the things I like as well, and I think that's a similar thing that Nogs mentioned when I was talking to him about it. That, for the most part, everybody gets along pretty good, and you get a lot of support in guild, especially like if there's a new class you're trying to play and you're trying to learn something new. You don't have to be elite to join the guild, and they'll help you pick things up. So the last question I had for you was, outside of PvP, what's some of the other content in the game that you enjoy doing?
Operations.
Oh, nice, nice. Do you get to do them regularly?
I do them off and on. I don't have a real regular team to do them with just yet.
Okay. Alright, excellent. Well, those are all the questions I had. Thank you very much.
Thank you.